In this video, we're going to be going over all the things you need to know if you are considering or simply confused about when it comes to a vintage collection Star Wars Haslab. First things first, I do want to start this video by encouraging everyone who's excited or even mildly interested in the soon-to-be announced vintage collection Haslab to save a few Imperial credits here and there in preparation for the main event. The awesome team over at SWTVC has shared a few posts encouraging collectors to save up, and when it comes to the heritage scale, we certainly would love to see a 3 out of 3 success rate for the vintage collection campaigns. Keep in mind that Haslab items usually have a larger price tag than the mainline releases we are used to seeing, and there's a general concern in the community about managing price increases and our hefty list of pre-orders, so be sure to save up. While Yakface has posted a few rumors suggesting this is likely going to be the most expensive TVC Haslab item to date, and some fans don't like the sound of that, I am personally really excited for it and hope everyone can appreciate another wonderfully crafted TVC item. So perhaps you're new to all of this and wondering, what is a Haslab? Haslab is a crowdfunding platform that turns collector dream items into a reality. Essentially, it's a way for Hasbro to offer fans the opportunity to pay for the cost of a newly tooled large product that would be far too exquisite, expensive, or risky for the current retail market. By using a crowdfunding model, Hasbro leaves it up to the fans to decide whether the item has enough demand to be made. If you head over to HasbroPulse.com and click on Haslab, you can find a list of the previous campaigns, ones that are currently running, successfully backed, or sadly have failed. So, how does it work? The Star Wars team announces the item during a scheduled event, and the campaign is launched shortly after. There is then a set number of backers needed and a window of time in which the goal must be met. In the case of the Razor Crest, it was $350, launched on September 25th, and ran until November 9th. It required 6,000 backers in 45 days, and was instantly backed within 24 hours. In total, the Razor Crest accumulated over 28,000 backers and unlocked all the stretch goals. These additional items are extras that are unlocked at certain points of the campaign as higher set backer numbers are reached. Prior to the Razor Crest, we saw the Sail Barge, which was the very first Haslab ever, and it met its target goal of 5,000 backers while being offered at $500. It even managed to gain momentum and backers in the final stretch with the inclusion of a limited Power of the Force Yakface and coin, which pushed it to 8,000 plus backers. All in all, the Sail Barge is a wonderful item that was a great start for the Haslabs, and for a time the Razor Crest held the crown as the most successful campaign in terms of total number of backers. So how do I back a Haslab, and will I be charged up front? Once the campaign launches, head over to HasbroPulse.com and click on the Haslab page. The item should be listed and you will simply check out as if you were pre-ordering something for your collection. If you opt to back the item either on day 1 or anywhere in between that and the end of the campaign, you will not be charged. Instead, you will be charged once the campaign is closed and only if it gets the initial number of backers needed. I know this can be a little confusing since we are funding the project, but again, you will not be charged until it backs and the campaign ends. Which, keep in mind, this will allow you some time to save some credits if you are worried about the price of this Haslab project. A question I see from time to time is, will we ever see this item in stores? Sadly, the answer is no. While it would be incredible to see a store full of Razor Crests ready for purchase, retail is not like it used to be. We aren't seeing shelves full of Millennium Falcons, TIE Fighters, Trade Federation tanks, Naboo Starfighters, or AT-ATs. And currently, the only way to see new versions of large-scale world-building items is typically through Haslab. Fortunately, Hasbro was able to offer the Book of Boba Fett Jabba's Throne Room last year as a Pulse exclusive, testing the waters of how well a larger or mid-sized item could sell on their platform. A rumor to keep in mind is that the Throne Room was intended to be a TVC Haslab, went through this test, and did very well. Now we are seeing an official Haslab in a short period of time, which just goes to show how beneficial it is to support the line when it comes to seeing these releases and strengthening the odds of seeing more new vehicles like the days of the past. So remember to keep that in mind, especially if you were hoping for a different item from a different Star Wars property. Maybe you're only interested in the original trilogy, which is understandable, but in order to see more items or vintage collection Haslabs, they must all do well in order for the line to thrive. We are all in this together, so let's do our best to support each other and the line as a whole. I'm personally very excited for the next Haslab and the rumors surrounding it. While it might not be everyone's cup of Jawa juice, it's going to be, without a doubt, a glorious looking spacecraft, and you won't want to miss out. Now, I totally understand that justifying a purchase that is over $500 might be a bit challenging, and I'm right there with you. But we have from now until the beginning of September, which is likely when this campaign will end, to save a few credits. Keep in mind, this will not be in stores later, and you will surely not want to pay secondary market or eBay prices if this backs. They will very likely be over $1,000 plus shipping, and none of us want to fork over that kind of Camtono. Sadly, at the time, I was not able to get the sail barge for my collection, and it is a rare, expensive secondary market pickup that haunts me a little to this day. So that is something to keep in mind if you are on the fence at any point during this campaign. As I said before, I am very excited to see what Hasbro and the Star Wars team has ready for us, and with a couple small promotional posts they have shared on Instagram and YouTube, I am definitely ready. So remember to keep 375 alive, back the Haslab, and may the Force be with you.